What's going on, guys? Kyrie here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Dimension Duel. We're going to be going over the best characters and why they're the best. Let's get into it. As a quick reminder, today's Tuesday, so in 14 hours from the time this video comes out, 9 p.m. EST, I will be live on Twitch as well as here on YouTube doing Dimension Duels for my 2,000 subscriber celebration. I'm going to be doing what I call naked duels with none of my equipment on and no active companion. So let's jump into it. I'm going to go over what I think is ninth and best all the way up to the best Dimension Duel character and why. Starting at number 9 is unfortunately Magic. So she obviously has the issue of transmutation. You can't transmute for your exclusives, but this is not to say people can't do well with Magic, but her kit isn't specifically made for Dimension Duel. You can sneak out some wins with messing with targeting with Hulk and other summons, so you can have several things on the board that makes it hard for your opponent to target, but on average she does not have the tools that these other characters do. Next, go into Captain Marvel. I believe she could easily sneak up higher if her dodge spec was nerfed down a little bit. The cooldown was a little bit less. So currently it's 8 seconds between light speed movement to get a dodge back. If it was in the 5 range, I think we could be talking about solid top 5 potential. She has everything else to really steamroll a match. She's really just missing that little oomph to get her back in there. And Starlord, shout out to my buddy Machine Gun Flo. Only Starlord I really ever see. I really like that Starlord has the Flame and Chill builds. Big issues is Chill build is very much guard break, and how guard break and guard break decrease works is it could be 100 to 100, meaning you don't do guard damage against someone with 100% guard break decrease. And then on the Flame side, they're really a blow your load kind of build, which is why I said shout out to Machine Gun Flo. That's how he plays. He's very much, if I kill you in the first 10 to 15 seconds, I win. If not, I'm dead. Then we have Storm. Anyone on the Americas queue side, the East Coast queue side, will know the name Miss Hidario. They are a really good player, but they play a very annoying strategy for most players where they run around, throw the cloud, do the bubble, throw the cloud, do the bubble, and then heal up. That is a very effective strategy, but it's a strategy that only works when you're super high up, when you have max cooldown, and you have max specializations. So the requirement here is a lot to get her into that top 5. So starting up, top 5, we have Strange. He used to be like 7 or 8 before, but now he has some really interesting things to work with. Now he's a boxer, Chewbacca likes to say. He gets in, he does some quick burst, and then he dashes through. He's really right now all about that Soul Predator bladed defense style of play, and then you just chunk somebody with ring repulsion. He's a very solid character, just doesn't have everything the other characters do. Next, I have Iron Man as my number 4. I have him here because he has a hard time with some matchups. He's also very one-dimensional, very similar to how I was just saying with Starlord, blow your load and you're done. That's kind of how some builds of Iron Man go, but if you get much stronger, Iron Man doesn't punch up very well. He's very good at fighting people at the same level or lower, but he can't really punch up very effectively. Cross that with Widow. As you guys know, this is the character that I'm playing right now, and Widow has the ability to beat everything, but she also has the ability to lose to everything. This is a very skill-capped character. I know people will say exploit weakness is way too powerful. It is, in my opinion. It should not be ignoring abilities like it does right now, or at least it should say it ignores abilities in the game if that is how it is supposed to work. But then the other characters around her, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and even Captain Marvel, have abilities that do instant or unmitigatable damage. So, half dozen right there, right? She has a broken skill for the better, and they have broken skills for the better. It's annoying both ways, but here we are. Then we go into Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the number 2 right here, which means you obviously know who number 1 in my opinion is. Spider-Man is the only one that forces people to use accuracy. And just because of how that works, right? You have 175% accuracy minus their 90% dodge, putting you at 85% chance to hit. But if they put any stacks of web on you, you get a minus 15. So you have a 70% chance. So you already have to beat your opponent, and now you have to beat your opponent missing a third of the time guaranteed, as well as they do have the extra dodge, an extra dodge every 8 seconds, which isn't a lot, but when you're brawling and the PvP nerf happened, which, to remind you guys, we believe the PvP nerf was, in PvP the calculation is half damage if PvP. Now it's a quarter damage if PvP, so that's why damage isn't higher. Damage is a whole lot lower. People are surviving longer, which brings up the number 1 and number 2 by a lot. Number 1 being Captain America. Now, you may not see it in the lower tiers, like an 800k Captain America isn't going to see what I'm talking about. But if you're fighting people your level and even somewhat higher, 300 to 400k higher than you, you can dominate. And why I say that is they fixed his frontal assault, where he spearhead ability, where he is now off target during that, and it's a pretty long animation. He has a silence. He has a good dodge. He has good mobility. He's the second fastest character in the game, so he can get across the field very quickly. He can shield, he can provoke, which combos really well with Hulk. So he can provoke, which guarantees that the Hulk provoke lands. He's also very good against flyer units. He does double guard damage against flyer units. The number 1 and number 2 are also characters that do guard damage. So all the other characters can do some guard damage, can guard break eventually, but number 1 and number 2, the whole playstyle here is they want to guard break you and then use their status effects. So with Spider-Man, they want to guard break you, then web you, then bounce back, guard break web, guard break web, guard break web until you're dead. Whereas Captain America wants to guard break you, knock you on the ground, do the tornado to pull you in, and then just have you not able to click any of your buttons. That's kind of how the Captain America playstyle is going, where you're trying to guard break them, but while you're trying to guard break them, you're untargetable for about a third of the time with your spearhead, and then you're also silencing or provoking your opponent, making it almost impossible for them to actually attack you back. Let me know in the comment section down below where you rank these characters, and like the video if you want to see me do things like this again. Until next time.
Are you interested in buying yourself some Marvel merch? Some amazing hoodies with your favorite character on it, like Spider-Man, Loki, and Venom? Go click the link in my description box now and get some awesome discounts from 20% up to 60% off. They offer you free worldwide shipping on orders over $39.90. So, what are you waiting for? Link in the description.